This video explains how efforts to define the issue at stake helped proponents repeal the estate tax in 2001. Throughout history, taxes have never been popular. Still, the repeal of the estate tax in 2001 was somewhat surprising because the tax didn't affect most voters. Only 2% of households were impacted by the tax. So there were not reasons to expect that voters would want change. The masterminds behind the repeal of the estate tax were successful because they won the battle over how to define the issue. Rather than calling it the estate tax, the people who wanted it repealed called it the death tax. In addition to winning the naming battle, the proponents of repealing the tax did 4 things to win the battle. First, they argued that the estate tax was double taxation. The person paid while they were alive, and then they were being taxed on the money a second time when they were dead. Second, they argued that the tax came at the worst time for the family. They invoked the imagery of the Grim Reaper and the taxman coming to bother the family at the same time. Third, they made sure that the face of their movement was relatable. Rather than having the super rich as the face of their efforts, they made it about people running small businesses. Fourth, they didn't make it a partisan issue. They recruited people who were normally not on the same side to work together. The politicians who wanted to keep the estate tax didn't do a good job framing the debate. They didn't think they had to. They thought that self-interest would be enough. The overwhelming majority don't pay this tax. There are a few lessons to learn from this story. First, how the issue is framed matters. Second, they framed it in a way that allowed them to get the moral high ground. In this case, they effectively argued that it was a double taxation. Third, framing the issue to affect everyone helps. In this case, everyone dies, so tax at death seems like it is something that might affect all of us, and not just those with estates. They also made the face of the movement the working rich, and not the idle rich. Fourth, they broadened the coalition by bringing in groups that were not traditionally aligned with them on this issue. They made sure it wasn't a partisan issue. That's it for this video, guys. I want you to keep asking questions, keep studying, and keep safe. Have a good one.